Hi, sweeties. How are you doing? Welcome to Naya Sim, and thank you all so much for all the love and support. Hope you all are doing great. So today we'll be talking something very important, and it's about what Mississippi government proclaims. And this April, a lot of people are not finding it funny because a lot of people are asking, "What are we? What are they taking us to? Where are they taking us to? Are they taking us back to slavery, Jim Crow era, and all that?" But you all know that it's a Confederate Heritage Month, and I am asking, what exactly are you all celebrating? Because if you decided to wake up and said that you are celebrating Confederate Heritage Month, what are you people celebrating? Dead bodies buried behind the jail? Is that what they are celebrating? Or the period whereby their heritage, maybe like, black people were finding it so hard to, to even be seen as human beings and all that. And Mississippi really sucks, if you ask me. Nobody messes with, but then maybe people really need to wake up, talk about this, and say it, because Mississippi and I think Florida are the ones celebrating this, and you all know how Florida is where work goes to die, and the rest of it. So I am asking, what are you people celebrating? What is the essence of this? I mean, I kind of feel like it's a joke, but it looks like it's not, because I really want to know what they are. It's a losers heritage month. It cannot be, Confederate Heritage Month. See you on him. Let's get into this video.
In Mississippi, Lord, Mississippi, the governor has proclaimed April Confederate Heritage Month. And next Saturday, if you're not busy, April 27th, specifically was proclaimed Confederate Memorial Day. The proclamation was shared by the Facebook page of the state landmark, the Jefferson Davis Home and Presidential Library. Check out the caption here. They invite you to come celebrate with us. Celebrate with you. Celebrate the heritage of traitors who fought to preserve slavery under the fallacy of white supremacy? Hard pass. And this is not the first year this is happening in Mississippi, but you have to ask, why does it keep happening? Well, let's get perspective now from a former governor of Mississippi, Ray Mabus. He was also Secretary of the Navy under President Obama and is a former ambassador. Governor, good to see you. Let me read first just a bit of the statement that came from Governor Tate Reeves' spokesperson. For the last 30 years, 5 Mississippi governors, Republicans and Democrats alike, have signed a proclamation recognizing the statutory state holiday and identifying April as Confederate Heritage Month. But this is a choice every time it happens. What's your reaction to this proclamation?
Well, first, I didn't do it when I was governor. And second, Confederate heritage, really, the heritage that I think of Confederacy is slavery, is treason, and is losing. So which one of those heritages are we really honoring here?
So the Mississippi state governor has declared that April is Confederate History Month. Confederate History Month. Now, pardon me, I might be a really dizzy bird, but in my current knowledge, I know of no other nation that dedicates a month to traitors, because the Confederacy was literally traitorous to the United States, of which Mississippi finds itself. So why are we dedicating a month to traitors? Now, before you go, oh, how can you say that? They were just fighting for states' rights. Answer me this, state rights to what? States' rights to what? States' rights to continue with human trafficking. States' rights to continue to own people. And we're willing to fight an entire war to do so. And the hero worship for the 5 years that the Confederacy lasted. Now, we know sitcoms that lasted longer. Make it make sense.
The governor has proclaimed April Confederate Heritage Month. And
let me tell you, dumbass, something. If your stupid ass is sitting in the state of Mississippi and your ass is sitting here proud to be celebrating Confederate Heritage Month and Jefferson Davis Day, and you ain't got no fucking health insurance, you ain't got no goddamn life insurance, you have a pre-existing condition that you know for a fucking fact you can't go into the hospital for, and you're celebrating this shit, you're one of the stupidest motherfuckers walking on the face of the earth. You don't deserve to have the planet that we live on. You don't. You know, one of the reasons I have absolutely no problem with Juneteenth, because black folks have been celebrating Juneteenth for years. The federal government only made it a fucking holiday because they didn't want to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act or the George Floyd Fairness in Policing Act. They gave us a token and they expected everybody to go, I will not. But if your dumb ass is in Mississippi or one of them other fucking red states where the poverty line is over your motherfucking head, and you're celebrating bullshit like this, you're a fucking idiot. Instead of demanding that fuckface Tate Reeves to do anything to better your standard of living in the state of Mississippi, you got to be last in this, last in that, last in this, last in that, first in this, and it's all bad. First in this, and it's all bad. But your dumb ass is up there going, we got Confederate Heritage Month. You're a fucking idiot. Because Tate Reeves and the motherfucking legislators in the state of Mississippi would rather you celebrate some shit that only lasted 4 motherfucking years than even fucking think about standing your stupid ass up and fighting for something that will outlast you, your children, and your goddamn grandchildren. I know this is insulting and I do not give a fuck. If you have the time to celebrate Confederate Heritage Month or Jefferson Davis Day and you ain't got no motherfucking life insurance, meaning if your bitch ass drop dead right now, all of your whole family has to pay to put your stupid ass in the ground, you're a fucking idiot. You are dumb. Dumb. They are handing you literal trinkets from the crack of their ass with the smelliest fucking fecal matter they can get on it, and your stupid ass is standing there dancing for it. You're a fucking idiot. A fucking idiot. How many more last in nation list does the fucking state of Mississippi have to be on before you motherfuckers start saying, hey, don't hand me no more trinkets? I was never a Confederate soldier. Stop handing me shit that can't help me or my fucking family. Give me something that I can actually use. Well, we made the Confederates who gave it a holiday. Hey, bitch, I still can't afford to get this fucking thing on my hip looked at. It's a growth that now has blood and sputum all in it, and my fucking health hurts. Why don't you give me something more of that? Be the dumbass that celebrates heritage, not hate. And I'm going to start saying to y'all the same thing you say to us. You were never a Confederate soldier. What the fuck are you celebrating for? What do you want a cookie for, bitch? You wasn't one of them. But while you're sitting around getting ready to get mad at me for saying that, look at your life realistically. Look at it. Can you afford to go to the hospital? No, you can't. Can you afford to miss a single day at that goddamn low wage having job of yours? No, you can't. Do you have life insurance? Do you? No, you don't. If you died right now, or if you got sick right now, do you have $500 to put your hands on for emergencies? No, you don't. But Tate Reeves' big head ass is sitting there giving you some shit you genuinely do not need nor want. Is he making your life better? Fuck no. That's why your kids are dumber, because you're last in education. That's why your health is worse, because you're last in infant mortality and this, that, and the third. Your healthcare sucks. Your education sucks. Your water sucks. But here he is giving you some shit that you could literally do on your goddamn own. It doesn't have to be a fucking state mandated holiday. Because that's what they're going to waste time on, because your stupid ass will sit up and cheer for that. Meanwhile, your life is literally one bad accident away from financial fucking ruin. And are you holding your goddamn elected leaders accountable? Of course you're not. Because that would require you to do something that thinks outside of yourself. So go ahead and celebrate Confederate History Month. You were never a Confederate soldier. You ain't Johnny Reb. You're a motherfucker that lives in a trailer that you're still making payments on, and you're a month behind. You're driving a car that you can't get fixed because you can't afford to do so. You barely put food in your fucking family's mouths, and you barely keep that roof over the top of their heads. You send your kids to school that are fucking inferior. Oh, by the way, Brett Favre stole some fucking welfare money. His daughter has a volleyball fucking stadium named after her. What does your kid have? You can't even get government assistance. But Tate Reeves, your funky ass, fucked up ass governor, thinks this is the most important thing in the world to you. How many more times do these people have to shit in your motherfucking mouth before you finally say enough? How much shit has to be all over your fucking face before you realize these people are doing this because they know they don't give a fuck about you? One day y'all gonna learn. But sure. Celebrate that great grandfather you never fucking met, you know nothing else about. You just know that he was part of the fucking Confederacy. Celebrate Jefferson Davis, who's dead. Celebrate fucking Stonewall Jackson, who's dead. Just don't cough or let anybody see that cough is filled with blood and sputum. Because heaven fucking forbid you die and leave your family in worse financial shape than they are while you're alive. Fucking idiots.
So I just found out that April is Confederate History Month. And guess who's celebrating? Mississippi and Florida. What exactly is there to celebrate, one might ask? Greetings, guys. It's your girl T. Welcome back to my community of all things PR, podcasting, and parenting. Let's get into this shenanigans. Confederate History Month, 3.5 million human beings brutally held against their will for the benefit of the few. Is that what we're celebrating? I mean, because nothing says Confederacy better than an African-American transgender man wearing a Confederate flag as a dress. But seriously, why would you take time out of all of the things that this country can celebrate or bring awareness to get back into celebrating division and racism and fighting to keep slaves? Like, what is that about?
In Mississippi, Lord, Mississippi, the governor has proclaimed April Confederate Heritage Month. And next Saturday, if you're not busy, April 27th, specifically was proclaimed Confederate Memorial Day. The proclamation was shared by the Facebook page of the state landmark, the Jefferson Davis Home and Presidential Library. Check out the caption here. They invite you to come celebrate with us. Celebrate with you. Celebrate the heritage of traitors who fought to preserve slavery under the fallacy of white supremacy? Hard pass. And this is not the first year this is happening in Mississippi, but you have to ask, why does it keep happening? Well, let's get perspective now from a former governor of Mississippi, Ray Mabus. He was also Secretary of the Navy under President Obama and is a former ambassador. Governor, good to see you. Let me read first just a bit of the statement that came from Governor Tate Reeves' spokesperson. For the last 30 years, 5 Mississippi governors, Republicans and Democrats alike, have signed a proclamation recognizing the statutory state holiday and identifying April as Confederate Heritage Month. But this is a choice every time it happens. What's your reaction to this proclamation?
Well, first, I didn't do it when I was governor. And second, Confederate heritage, really, the heritage that I think of, Confederacy, is slavery, is treason, and is losing.
Losing, yes, that's the most important piece here when it comes to Mississippi. Losing, that's what this is about. Mississippi, stay losing. You know, I have plenty of videos about the shenanigans that goes on in Mississippi, from law enforcement to poverty, and they are still lynching, and they have had separate proms. Yeah, it's wild out there. But the most disturbing is that in education of all of our states, they are ranked 44th. 44th. Poor education. Mississippi has a high rate of poverty. The average in our nation is 11%. They're at 20%. So it would seem to me that instead of spending your time and focus on things like celebrating Confederacy, you might want to work on poverty, education, and empowering the communities in Mississippi. But that just might be too much to ask. The governor of Mississippi, Tate Reeves, he wants a full ban on abortion, wants to give guns to everybody, cut taxes for the rich, and he hates immigrants. This is who runs Mississippi. This is who people like Brett Favre support because he can get away with doing things like stealing money from social services to give to his daughter's school. Like, y'all got to start paying attention to who you're voting for. Actually, in Mississippi, y'all just need to start voting.
What the hell, Mississippi? I mean, I know no one ever says, hey, I have an idea, let's go on vacation and go to Mississippi. Hell, it's not even a flyover state anymore, as most airlines go around it. Why? Because of crap like this. Because you're still stuck back in the good old days where you wanted to own human beings and traffic human beings. And now you backwoods incestuous asses want to celebrate it, making April Confederate Heritage Month, celebrating the Confederacy. But what exactly are you celebrating? You're celebrating the ownership of human beings, the trafficking of human beings, the right to do both. You know, the Confederacy lasted 5 years and was crushed. Y'all a bunch of traitors. The Confederates were traitors. So you're celebrating traitors. I think Mississippi needs to take a good look at themselves. You're lacking in education. You're lacking in health care. You're lacking in jobs. You're lacking in livable wages. Garbage state. Garbage states do garbage things. I'm sorry. And if you still live in Mississippi and say, but I don't do any of this, you still live in Mississippi. You're still voting these dingbats in. Think about that. The only thing good to come out of Mississippi are those who were able to escape the oppression and repression of Mississippi. And boy, do they have some tales to tell. Otherwise, nothing good has ever come out of Mississippi.
So the Mississippi state governor has declared that April is Confederate.
Damn. So we just trying to go all the way back to slavery, ain't it?
Mississippi state governor has declared that April is Confederate History Month.
So well, a lot of people don't know that there is a holiday called Confederate Memorial Day, which Mississippi, Alabama, and the state that I live in, South Carolina, celebrate. And they basically kind of celebrate on different days. For Mississippi, they celebrated on the last Monday in April. So I am not surprised that the governor has made the whole month a Confederate History Month, I guess you can say. But who knows why, but you know. For my state, we celebrate Confederate Day on May 10th because it is a state holiday that I get off as a state employee. Schools are open, banks are open, most of those are open, but yep, we get off. It is a paid day off for us. So, yep, and I did not know that coming into my current position. because I worked for the school district before, which is for the state. And yeah, then no, nobody, we did not get that day off. So for the past 8 years now, yeah, I've gotten what I like to call Confederate Flag Day off at the paid holiday for us, for state employees. So I'm not surprised that Mississippi made it a whole month. Yeah, y'all, I'm pretty sure they've been planning this for a while. Y'all just knowing about it, but yep. And this year for South Carolina, it's on a Friday, May 10th on a Friday. So I am probably going to take 2 days off, burn some leave. Why not? Yep.
So this is so this is all I got from the video, and it's really sad that something like this is happening. And what is the essence of celebrating this? It's more like taking Black people back to, excuse me, back in the day when so many things used to happen and all of that. And if you look at the states celebrating it, I think that will give you, we cannot make you understand. I mean, what they kind of represent, just like Florida, Mississippi, and some other states in, in United States that are very, very rare to the sea, And there are some things you see, each time you hear them say that Black people got a whole 1 month, to celebrate that, this and all the time you hear them ask, why is it that there is no White History Month and all that, and all of a sudden there is Confederate, this thing, declaring April Confederate Heritage Month. And why is this happening? This is also enough reason for people to really wake up to understand that there are some things that these people do that they absolutely know what they are doing. And what was happening during that time that there was Confederate flag and all that, or during that period, it was slavery period, which was a period that was really very horrifying for Black people. It was not a good period. And so bringing it back to celebrate it is more like trying to take Black people back to square one, where they started from and the rest of it. And the fact that I don't know how they woke up to this, but man, there are some things that are very horrifying that are not good for Black people, because it's more like, how do I say that? It's not like just like opening wounds, like, when you were hurt and people decided to put salt. It's as good as opening the wound and all that, bringing back horrible memories for people and all that. So yeah, you all can see one of the reasons why slavery benefited Black people and the rest of it. So they want to bring some certain things back. And you all already know that some certain things has really been back, but just that it's been underground and people are saying it, especially Black people, but other people knew, but they are all keeping quiet. And do you all know why they continue to keep quiet? It's probably because it's not affecting them. Because I feel like some certain things are affecting them, definitely. But then when you look around, it's really crazy how they do some certain things, They would rather stick with their people, even if they are dying, than waking up to talk and all that. You all can see so many things, inflation going on, the healthcare system, like rents moving up and down and all. They will never come out to speak up on it. They will never. But yeah, they will still vote no matter who, and they will still come back in the end to tell you that it was a mistake. Can you guys help us fix whatever we did wrong and all that? But I am telling you all that this 2024 is still like 2028 or something. See you all then, So not until you all wake up, because it looks like Black people have been the ones screaming about the whole thing going on and all that, and they are all chill because some certain things do not affect them. But then they still tell you that they do not have privilege. See you all in my next video. Bye for now.